In last week's video, you watched us travel to Switzerland to celebrate Kylie's graduation from nurse practitioner school. Our first mission was a success as we caught both a nice sunset and an even better sunrise from this alpine lake with this incredible view of the Matterhorn. In that video, I discussed the power of light in landscape photography, and you saw that the sunrise light shining directly on the Matterhorn worked better for this scene. A few days later, another opportunity presented itself to showcase the power of light for landscape photography when trying to capture a shot of the iconic town of Lauterbrunnen. Alright guys, we are back out here today on the trails. This morning we caught the train up towards this mountain peak, and we're hiking down to the iconic town of Lauterbrunnen, where we've got a gigantic waterfall that pours right into the town. And I'm trying to find the best way to take a shot with the waterfall, the town, and the beautiful mountain peaks in the background. And typically when we as landscape photographers go out to shoot, we like to chase our subjects and try to photograph them with the best light possible. And usually the best light for us is sunrise and sunset during golden hour, where we can get direct light onto our specific subject. But the problem with Lauterbrunnen is that it's basically, you can see the waterfall down there, but it's basically surrounded by tall mountain peaks on each side. So it's really difficult to get a shot during golden hour unless you're here. I think wintertime is probably, a little bit better to get a golden hour shot with that waterfall, but then sometimes the waterfall is dry as well during the wintertime when there's heavy ice and stuff. So really, I think this shot is going to probably have to be either a midday shot, whether it's early morning or mid to late afternoon. That's probably going to be the best time to take our shot. And sometimes when you have a particular subject, your shot can't happen at golden hour. So option number one is to take what I like to call the postcard shot. And the postcard shot means getting here kind of during like mid-morning, midday, preferably on a clear sky day, kind of similar to like how it is right now. And basically what you're gonna do is basically just shoot your iconic landscape shot, but with really harsh and really dramatic midday light. And for this shot in particular, let me just kind of show you what the time lapse is taken. For this shot in particular, I don't know if it necessarily works out because we've got the sun coming down from this side and shining its light directly on our waterfall. But because that light is so harsh, I don't know if that light is gonna kind of bring out the details in the waterfall the best. But yeah, I don't think that taking a shot with totally clear skies and total direct light is gonna work out the best for this shot. So yeah, sometimes the postcard clear blue sky shot works for your subject. That's only when the light is harsh enough and dramatic enough to illuminate your subject, but also kind of bring out the important parts of your subject. If I was just trying to go for a shot with just the mountains, this shot would work well. But because the main focus of this shot is the waterfall, the clear blue sky and all that direct sunlight kind of blows out all the details in the waterfall. So you can't really tell the difference between the white waterfall and the white granite in the rock wall. So I think I'm gonna have to try and shoot this with a little bit different light, and we'll get into that in a second. All right, so we hiked down a little bit more, and I think this view is probably a little bit better. We're a bit lower. You can see kind of the waterfall because we're a little bit closer. I'm just waiting for the light to come out to see if the shot is going to work. Right now, the clouds are covering up the waterfall. But if the light comes out and it's not too harsh on the waterfall, this might be a good shot. But if not, I'm thinking we might have to wait a little bit later, maybe wait till like at the afternoon where the sun moves across the sky and kind of casts like that side light on the waterfall. That way we get the light on the waterfall, but the mountain peaks in shadow. But yeah, this is me just doing kind of trial and error to see what midday light will work best for this scene here. The light did come out just for a little bit and illuminated the waterfall, but I still don't think that this shot is going to work in the morning, because that direct sunlight on the waterfall just makes everything super bright, including the granite wall right behind it. So maybe this shot would work in the morning if we had a lot of cloud cover and there was just a break in those clouds to allow just the light to paint the waterfall and not any of the other mountain cliffs. But even then, that you got to be super lucky to get a shot like that. So yeah, I think I'm gonna try it either tomorrow when the weather is looking a little bit more stormy and moody, or if there's a clear sky in the afternoon one of these days when we're here in this area, then we might come back and try to see if we can get it with some afternoon light.
The moody weather rolled in on the following day, so of course I took the opportunity to try and get the same shot but with different lighting conditions.
All right guys, so we're back out here on the trails on the next day. We're still trying to get that iconic Lauterbrunnen shot, but today, unlike yesterday, today we have totally overcast skies, so the lighting should be a little bit softer and a little bit more subdued. That way we can see the white of the waterfall a little bit better against the rock wall. And what's even better is that you can't see it right now, but there's a lot of low clouds. So hopefully, if we can time it right, get to our viewpoint in time, we can get this shot with some soft light and some atmospheric clouds in the frame. All right, so we got to our viewpoint, but unfortunately there's no clouds rolling in just yet. We do have some stuff coming in from this side. I think it's creeping over this way. So I just set up a time lapse. 2-second intervals I think should be good. Hopefully to just get some nice cloud movements. But what I really kind of want this scene to kind of look like is maybe clouds around here, this area in between. I still want to see the snow-capped mountain peaks, so it looks like we've got a little bit of clouds rolling in here. And I would love a blanket of clouds just over all of like the town buildings and stuff. That way it just looks like a more natural landscape. Obviously we're going to Photoshop out all these telephone poles and stuff, but even if the clouds don't cover up the whole town, I think it's still a pretty good shot. And because the lighting is so much more softer today, you can actually make out the waterfall a little bit better and separate it from its backdrop. So with a little bit of editing, dodging and burning, it should come out nicely. We just need a little bit more atmosphere to come into play for us here this morning. We've also got a little bit of light kicking off up here with those mountain peaks. Hopefully that light kind of adds some extra mood and drama to the shot, but I really hope that these clouds stick around. It's coming in kind of fast. I just hope that it paints our scene, gives us what we're looking for. Let's hope for the best here. Oh, this looks like a lot of clouds rolling in. But, oh my God, look at that. That's mystical and magical right there. Ooh, grabbing that shot. Holy smokes. I think we may have been able to just pull it off briefly. We'll see how thin these clouds end up being so we can see what's happening below. But oh, I think we got something cool. Oh my goodness, good things really come to those that wait. Let me show you guys what we're working with here. So our waterfall is just about to come out from behind those clouds. We've pretty much cleared all of our mountain peaks, but we do have a little bit of fog here, which is nice. And we just need those clouds to stay kind of away from our waterfall and wait for these clouds just to pass maybe right in front of us. Hopefully we get a little bit of low clouds down there to kind of hide to the town. Even if not, I still think it's a killer shot. But yeah, good things come to those who wait. We definitely waited out this one. Super stoked to get these shots. Coming together nicely. Might hang out a little bit longer since we've got some clouds rolling in. I want to see if there's a possibility I can get some fog over the town, but if not, I think I still got a pretty cool shot, and I'm pretty sure I got a pretty cool time lapse as well. This scene definitely couldn't work at Golden Hour because it's surrounded by peaks and cliffs, and also didn't work with the clear blue skies. The light and the shadows were just too harsh. Maybe I could have gotten something if I came in the afternoon. Maybe the angle of the light might have been a little bit different, but I still think the light would have been way too harsh. So coming back on this day where we've got overcast skies, the light is nice and soft and subdued, everything is pretty evenly lit, and add in the fact that we've got the fog, we've got the atmosphere, that just makes this shot so much better. So yeah, whenever you're going out to do some sort of landscape photography and you're thinking, and maybe you've got a subject like this town that isn't going to work for sunrise or sunset, you always still have to keep in mind which direction the light is coming in from. Whether it's that midday harsh light, if our subject is going to line up perfectly where the light is shining directly on it, then that might work as a midday shot. But more than likely, the chances of you getting a better shot of that subject are going to happen when you've got these moody conditions, this atmosphere, and kind of like soft subdued light, where really the focus of the image isn't necessarily the light, it's just the subject itself. It's lit just evenly, and you know, you've got a little bit of atmosphere to just add some mood and some drama to the shot. So yeah, hopefully that's a little bit helpful if you're trying to figure out what type of light to shoot with a particular subject, whether you're traveling or if you're in your local area. Oh, we even got some light just lighting up the grass and even a little bit of the mountain peaks. I'm pretty sure that means that I'm probably going to lose some of this fog, so I probably should pack it up, and we'll give our concluding thoughts on the way down. But that's beautiful, even with the light, just the splash of light at the end. And you know, this is a scene like this is actually not absolutely terrible if you're trying to look for a scene to shoot midday. As long as we've got kind of like clouds in the sky that are kind of breaking up that light, sometimes that can look pretty cool. We call that dappled light in landscape photography. And this dappled light, where it's kind of just patchy areas of light, but most of it is still in shadow, can be pretty cool and provide a pretty unique feel to your landscape photographs. So yeah, sometimes in landscape photography, you can't get to a location for sunrise or sunset in time, whether you're traveling and you don't have a rental car and you're limited by public transit like how we are today, or if you're shooting a scene like this where both sunrise and sunset, the sun doesn't exactly line up for your particular subject. Shooting a scene midday is totally doable. You just have to pick the right light for that particular subject. If your subject is going to line up directly with that midday light, whether it's the morning light or the afternoon light, but if it's going to line up directly, go ahead and shoot that scene in nice, bright, direct sunlight. But if your scene doesn't quite line up with the sunlight directly, and if the things are looking like they're going to be a little bit too harsh, try to go in some overcast or moody conditions. Try to pick a rainy day to do this shoot, and that way the soft and subdued light kind of just focuses the attention primarily on the landscape itself and less on the light. And as an added bonus, going on those dark and moody and stormy days can sometimes give you some nice atmospheric shots like how we got today. And sometimes if you're lucky, you get some light happening as well in addition to those moody conditions, and that can create some really unique and really interesting shots like how we're getting now. We've got beautiful light that somehow opens up over the town, and we've still got clouds rolling in. So as soon as these clouds roll in, I think I'll be done with this time lapse. But holy smokes, we definitely scored on this one. I'm thanking the Lord that I stuck it out and things worked out in our favor. Good things come to those who wait. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys found this helpful. If you like this landscape photography, travel, vacation, and a little bit of photography education, make sure you hit that like button, comment below, and subscribe if you aren't ready. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.